I would now like to introduce your speaker for today, Robert McKenzie. Robert E. McKenzie is a partner of law firm of Einstein & Ler, LLP of Chicago, Illinois, concentrating his practice in representation before the Internal Revenue Service and state tax agencies. He has lectured extensively on the subject of tax representation. He has made numerous media appearances, including Dateline NBC and the ABC Nightly News. Robert served as a member of the IRS Advisory Council, which is a group appointed by the IRS Commissioner to provide advice to him and his management team, 2009 to 2011. Mr. McKenzie was Vice Chair Professional Services of the ABA Tax Section, 2003-2005. He was Dean of the National Tax Practice Institute, 1998-2002. Mr. McKenzie is the author of Representation Before the Collection Division of the IRS and co-author of Representing the Audited Taxpayer Before the IRS and Representation Before the United States Tax Court. He has been elected to the American College of Tax Counsel and serves as president. Robert, welcome to the program. We're now ready to begin.
Okay, welcome everybody. Today we're going to cover civil tax fraud, which is the lesser of bad things that can happen to your client many times if they've really not told the truth on their return. The IRS could choose to prosecute a certain percentage of people, but it's more likely when they determine substantial understatements and underreporting that they'll go to the larger penalty versus prosecution. Certainly if your client does end up being prosecuted, she's going to face this liability too. But what we're going to try to do today is go through the elements of civil tax fraud, discuss the ways that you can go about defending when the IRS claims it's fraud and try to get a lesser penalty than the fraud penalty, and then go through some of the ways it can be contested beyond the civil appeals process. So, 6663 is the Internal Revenue Code that governs what we're discussing today and the imposition of the fraud penalty. If an underpayment of tax required to be shown on a return is due to fraud, there shall be added to the tax an amount of 75% of the portion of the underpayment that's attributable to fraud, except with respect to any portion of the underpayment which the taxpayer establishes by a preponderance of the evidence is not attributable to fraud. So right off the top, once the IRS decides on